What's going on, guys? My name is Steve and welcome to the Checkpoint, the only gaming channel run by the Illuminati, and today I'm bringing you yet another episode of Weapons of Destiny, the show where we look at every weapon available in Bungie's upcoming space epic, Destiny. Today I'm going to be showing off the shotguns, short range weapons that pulverize foes in the blink of an eye. Let's get right into it. The Graviton ESC boasts a 148 damage attribute and a 65 rate of fire. This, combined with its quick reload time and a magazine quantity of 5, gives it the upper hand in close quarters combat, much like the rest of the shotguns available in this episode. The ESC will not wait around, it will scatter shots and cut through enemies before they can even get their first round out of their chamber. So if you want kills to be done quick and concisely, and you don't want to linger around waiting for something else to happen, then you want to use the Graviton ESC. And its sibling, the Graviton ESM, is a slimmed down version of the ESC, and as the in-game description states, a novice guardian fought off a horde of Dreg with wit, reflexes and this lightweight weapon. If you play the match tactically, taking into account your corners and being wary of open spaces on the field, you should be able to get the full effectiveness and potential out of the ESM's 96 damage rate and 90 rate of fire. Of course, the ESC is the more powerful of the two, but the ESM has a much better configuration for quicker movement, so if you prefer not to linger around and to keep moving on the field, then the ESM may be the preferred shotgun of the two. The Hide and Seek 42 is an oddly named weapon, but fear not, this doesn't take away from its 510 damage and 65 rounds per minute fire rate. This makes it an extraordinary weapon, having the mobility of a lighter weapon but the power of a dangerous one. It's a legendary weapon, meaning that you won't be able to see many of these on the battlefield, and that's maybe a good thing. You'll definitely want to find a good hiding spot when you come up against the Hide and Seek 42. It just looks like a hefty weapon that's going to deal a lot of damage, and it's going to be one of the titans of the shotgun class. The Judgement VI is another shotgun brandishing a 510 damage attribute and a legendary rating, just like the Hide and Seek 42, but it features a slightly lower rate of fire at 56 rounds per minute. This weapon is available to those who support the new monarchy, so if you had to choose between these two, then the Hide and Seek 42 is obviously going to be better for rate of fire in rate of fire terms. But you know, it's personal judgment, if you'll pardon the pun. The Judgement VI is another shotgun to consider when picking your weapon of choice. The Silver Dollar Mark 32 is an uncommon shotgun that boasts a 106 damage stat and a 56 rate of fire. Aesthetically, this gun is reminiscent of an older Western pump action shotty with its rusted colour scheme and earthy texture. So while this may not be the most powerful weapon available to the player, aesthetically it's going to make you stand out no matter what. And if that's something you really pride yourself on you know, flashy guns and things looking cool in your hands, then the Silver Dollar Mark 32 may be for you. The Crash is not a teenage band of emo kids. No, the Crash is a legendary shotgun with a 510 damage attribute. I know it may sound like a teenage band, but it's not. It's crafted by the Future War Cult, and the 65 rate of fire should keep the rounds coming at a heavy pace, allowing you to chew through bad guys with the intense power of this weapon configuration. And you know, the Crash, that's just going to strike fear into the hearts of anyone you come up against. Everyone's going to want a shotgun called the Crash, so you know, that's why it's a legendary weapon, I suppose, with a 510 damage attribute. And finally, we have the SG Scattershot, an uncommon shotgun which holds a 67 damage and a 65 rate of fire attribute. So this weapon isn't going to compete with the Hide and Seek, the Judgement or the Crash, but it will hold its own, and I'd expect to see a lot of them due to its low level of rarity in comparison to the other shotguns. So if you're an entry level player, then this gun may be for you, just to get you settled and maybe break into the game a bit. So those are the shotguns of Destiny. Which one are you looking forward to the most? Leave us a comment down below. Check out all the links in the description for our Twitter and our live streams on Twitch, and subscribe to the channel. We recently hit 200, so that is awesome news, and thank you so much for the continued support. Like the video if you enjoyed it, all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next video.